Right from the start, notice what's happening here. Mr. Simmons isn't just fighting over money. He's fighting over legacy. This isn't about a receipt or a grave. It's about promises, family honor, and grief that's been simmering for 3 decades. The courtroom tension? You can already feel it.
Mr. Simmons, this is your sister who you're suing because you say that she buried your mother in a grave that you purchased almost 30 years ago.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So let me hear the story.
Okay, years ago, me and my brother were very close. He's 1 year, 1 week behind me. It was always our intentions that whoever died first would purchase the grave and we would be buried together.
Just a second. According to your paper, sir, your brother died in 1969. That's almost 30 years ago.
That's correct.
How old was your brother when he died?
24.
And so you're telling me that you and your brother, you were at that time a year apart. So you were 24, he was 25, or you were?
I was 25. I'm the oldest out of 7.
You're the oldest. So at that age, at age 25, you and your brother talked about dying?
No, we didn't talk about dying.
Well, you had to talk about dying if you talked about where you wanted to be buried together.
Well,
that you wanted to be buried together.
We talked about going in business together.
Oh, into business is not dying.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes it's dying.
And just like that, we go from laughter to tragedy. But think about it. How often do families actually plan out something as serious as their final resting place at age 25? Would you sit down with your sibling and talk about where you want to be buried? It sounds unusual, but in this case, that promise is the foundation of the entire lawsuit.
Mr. Simmons, are those prescription glasses, sir?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Mr. Simmons, are you telling me that 30 years ago, you talked to your brother about where the two of you wanted to be buried?
That's correct.
All right, I'm waiting for the rest of the story. Go ahead.
Okay. So, our agreement was whoever died first would buy the grave, and we either be buried side by side or on top. We also agreed that whoever died first, one would carry the other one's first name as their middle name. In 1969, and on August the 30th, my brother was shot and killed. He died in my arms. It devastated me. When we paid for the funeral, there wasn't enough money to buy his grave, but it was always our agreement, our oral agreement, that I would buy the grave. I bought the grave and had it dug extra deep. In February of
Why did you have it dug extra deep?
Well, because there wasn't any plot left for me to purchase by his side. So we had to dug extra depth so that when my time comes, I will be buried in his same grave.
Can I see the proof of that purchase, sir?
Yes. There you have Exhibit 1. You have a check. That's not the check, but it was a check that was wrote upon, that I wrote upon, and that's my receipt.
What? I have a blank check here.
Yes, well, that's not the check, but it was wrote on the check. It's similar to that.
I'm not interested in this. It's a blank check. Sir, are you telling me that this receipt is a receipt that you kept 30 years?
To God's faith, yes, 30 years.
This piece of paper you've had in your possession 30 years?
30 years.
Very well preserved. 30-year piece of paper. Go ahead.
In February, my mother passed. My sister buried our mother in that grave plot without my permission. Now, she knew that me and my brother was very close, and that our agreement was that we'd be buried together. Now, she received money from the insurance company. Plus, well, here's a chiller in the thriller. She went to my dad and got $2,500 from him, telling him that there wasn't enough money to buy our mother's grave. So he gave her $2,500.
This is a bill for $346 that you just gave me on this well-preserved piece of paper. $346. You're suing her for $1,739.14.
Because that's what this grave will cost today. That's what that grave that same grave would cost today.
Well, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, whether that's what it costs today, you had this grave dug extra deep, and what you're suing for is really an emotional situation where you say you can never be buried now next to your brother or on top of your brother because they used the grave. So whatever it is, you would have to purchase a different plot anyway.
It is not fair. If I drop dead right now, I'll have to go and buy a grave.
No, you wouldn't. Not unless you found some magic, sir.
And here's the critical legal pivot. The judge is cutting through the emotions and focusing on the hard reality. A grave plot is property, not a promise. No matter how heartfelt the pact between brothers, the court needs evidence, not sentiment. And that raises the question, when family loyalty collides with cold legal fact, who really wins?
Where did you expect her to bury your mother?
My mother had an insurance policy to take care of her.
Did you go to your mother's funeral?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Well, at the time, because of her, me and my mother wasn't on speaking terms when she passed.
How old was your mother?
70.
Oh, that's not old. Did she die suddenly?
Died of cancer.
So it was a long illness.
Yes.
Did you visit with her during her illness?
Up until a couple of years before she died.
But you didn't go to her funeral?
No.
Did you know where she was buried?
I knew she was buried at Evergreen, but I didn't know she was buried in my grave plot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Your Honor, everything he is saying is a lie. He's a professional con man that just got out of jail last year for perjury and fraud, and he needs money. He uses the court system to do just that. Now, I'm the person that went to the DA and turned him in, and he has been harassing me since 1991.
Terry Lee was your...
Wait a second. He didn't even go to his own mother's funeral? That's not just a detail. That's a red flag. In courtroom battles, credibility is everything, and jurors, or in this case, Judge Judy, are always asking, if you weren't there for the most important moment, why should we trust your story now? Would you buy his explanation?
Brother who was killed.
Yeah.
And according to this letter from the cemetery, Terry Lee listed your mother on the papers before he died.
No, my mother went, as she purchased, she gave Preston the money. She trusted him at the time to pay for the grave.
Did your mother give you this money?
My mother gave me the money. I paid for that grave myself, and I paid with it by a check.
You mean the blank check you gave me?
Yes, it was wrote up on the check, exactly like this check here. The check number is down at the bottom on your right-hand side of my receipt. I have a witness, an eyewitness who was there when I bought the grave. He was a pallbearer at my brother's funeral.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I flunky. He will tell any lie.
Well, let me... A second. I have to hear him, madam. It's my determination whether or not he's lying or not. Step up, sir. Tell me your name.
My name is Andrew Garrett.
Tell me what you know about this.
Well, Young, all I know is that when Terry Lee passed away, I took Mr. Simmons down and he bought a plot. That's all I know. If
Did he pay cash? Did he pay cash for
No,
that?
it was a check. He did write a check out. Now, if his mother gave him some money, then I do not know.
Mr. Simmons, your mother, I assume, was distraught when her son was killed.
Yes, she was, but I was too.
Let me explain something to you, Mr. Simmons. A sibling is never touched by the death of a sibling as a parent is touched by the untimely death of a child. That's not the order of things. The order of things is parents go first. Don't try, Mr. Simmons, to compare the way you felt to the way your mother felt if she was a normal person. So you really don't know where he got the money from to buy
No, I
this?
do not.
Just for my own information, did you get money from your father?
No, I did not. No, we paid cash up front. My sisters and I and my aunt, because we could not find my mother's policies at the time.
How much did the funeral cost?
It cost us $5,165.
Was there any insurance that covered any part of it that was ultimately paid?
No, when we got the insurance money back, it was $3,600
And who absorbed the rest of the cost?
The different siblings that she had beneficiaries.
So that the four of you covered the difference between what the insurance covered for the funeral and the...
It actually was more, Your Honor.
That's not true, Your Honor. I have a piece of paper where she received $2,600
From?
from my mother's benefit of her insurance.
Do you know how much the funeral cost, sir?
No, I don't.
Well, that she just said. It cost over $5,000. That's not an unreasonable amount. That's what funerals usually cost.
No, but my dad gave her. She went to my dad and told my dad there wasn't enough money to purchase the grave, not the funeral.
Don't tell me what she told your father, sir. What I'm telling you is, even if she got, according to your papers, $2,500 from your father, even if I believe that, the funeral cost $5,000 plus. So what are you complaining about? That we use this gravesite to bury your mother?
Yes, that was my grave.
All right, I've heard enough. Case is dismissed.
And just like that, case dismissed. Notice how the judge cut through the family drama and financial accusations to land on one simple truth. Ownership has to be proven, not just claimed. In court, emotional wounds may sway the audience, but paperwork wins the verdict. So here's the real question. Was this ever about money? Or was it about unresolved family, pain, finally spilling into a courtroom?